There's a story about a man lost in the desert. For days, he wandered with nothing but sand beneath his feet and the blazing sun above his head. His water had run out, his strength was fading. Every step felt heavier than the last. But then, in the distance, he saw something, a glimmer, a shimmer, a possibility. Was it a mirage? Was it real? He didn't know. His legs were shaking, his throat was dry, and his mind whispered, "It's too far, you won't make it." But then, something inside him, something deeper than fear, deeper than exhaustion, said, "Take one more step, and then another, and another, and another," until finally his feet collapsed into water, a real oasis, not a mirage, not a dream. Salvation was right there all along, and he almost gave up. He almost let his mind trick him into believing that he was too far away. How many times in your life have you been right there, right at the edge, about to reach something incredible, but you stopped? How many times has success been waiting just beyond the pain, just beyond the exhaustion, and you turned back? You see, life will test you the hardest when you're closest to your goal. Because right before the breakthrough, right before the victory, things feel impossible. Your mind will tell you to quit. The pain will tell you to stop. But you must understand something. The closer you are to success, the harder it gets. Not because you're failing, not because you're weak, but because you're leveling up. You're about to transform. And transformation is never easy. There's an old story about a man who spent years mining for gold. He dug and dug and dug. But one day, after so much effort, he decided to give up. He packed his tools, walked away, and someone else came along, picked up where he left off, and just 3 feet later, hit gold. 3 feet. He was 3 feet away from everything he had ever wanted, but he stopped too soon. What if you are just 3 feet away? What if your big break, your success, your dream life is just around the next corner? Would you still quit? Would you still let exhaustion, doubt, and fear steal what was meant for you? Or would you keep going? Do you know how much fuel a rocket uses in the first few minutes of launch? Almost 90%, that's right. 90% of its energy is used just to break through the atmosphere, because the beginning is the hardest part. But once it gets past that barrier, once it reaches space, it can travel millions of miles with little effort. Your dreams work the same way. The hardest part isn't staying successful. The hardest part is breaking through. But if you stop now, you'll never know how far you could have gone. You're closer than you think. So don't stop now. Not when you've already come this far. Not when the finish line is right there, just beyond the doubt, just beyond the struggle. Every great success story has a moment where things seem impossible. Every champion, every billionaire, every world changer at some point felt like quitting. But do you know what separates them from everyone else? They didn't. They pushed forward, and that's why they won. And that's why you will win. So listen to me. Right now, you are standing at the edge of something incredible. Maybe you can't see it yet. Maybe it feels too far away. But I promise you, if you take just one more step, and then another and another, you will reach it. And when you do, you'll look back and realize you were closer than you ever thought. If this message spoke to you, if you felt that fire inside you, then don't keep this journey to yourself. Subscribe to this channel, because this is not just another motivational video. This is a movement for those who refuse to quit, for those who know their dreams are worth fighting for. So hit that subscribe button, because this is just the beginning, and I promise you, your best days are still ahead. Keep going.